All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Zach and Cody here with Extreme Outfitters, your one-stop shop for all things archery and bow hunting. And the season is almost here, Cody, and a lot of the manufacturers have introduced tuning capabilities within these different platforms that you can do on your own. We noticed there's been a big influx of guys who spend a lot of time in the archery world tinkering on their own stuff. And with these new tuning capabilities, it makes it very easy for you to do on your own. So today we are talking about the Mathews Lift X series. And in particular, we're talking about the limb shift technology that they introduced for 2025.
Yes, it's a pretty unique system. It's a good way to get around Bowtech's deadlock cam.
Yeah, so, it's a similar style.
Yeah, except the limbs moving and slightly twisting is where you're getting rid of that tear.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you guys how to utilize it, because their Mathews, let's be honest, is probably the #1 bow that we see most individuals have or have gravitated towards. And with the technology out there, you can do yourself more harm than good if you don't know what you're doing. So we're gonna show you guys how exactly it works, and Cody's gonna walk us through it. I'm gonna shoot the bow, he's gonna take and address the tuning issues that we get into on paper. So Cody, right out of the gate, before you even start with the limb shift technology, there's obviously a couple of things you gotta consider with the bow.
Timing. Yeah, make sure your timing's set. Make sure your cams are in sync and actually hitting the cable at the same time.
Center shot.
Center shot, yeah. Make sure all that's ready to go, and then we'll get into the paper tuning.
Yeah. So with this, we're gonna assume you've already done your due diligence and you've already set the bow up correctly, right? You've set your center shot, you've got your D-loop, the bow is in time.
Everything's level.
Everything is level, which is critical, and you're shooting the right arrow for your bow.
Yes.
So we'll take into account that you've already done that. Now we're gonna step back to the tuning room and we're gonna show you this limb shift technology. So let's go back there, and Cody is going to correct the issues within this bow.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the screws out. These screws don't have to be in to adjust.
So whenever you take them out, is it just on one side?
Yes.
And it's on the left side?
Yeah, I'm on the wrong side already.
Oh, is it the left or the right side?
Right side.
It's the right side. So obviously easy to confuse. You just got those little caps that come off, and then you've actually got the Allen key set screw in there. Not set screw, but
it's, I don't know how to describe it. It's threaded, so that's what's moving the limb back and forth. So put these somewhere where you can remember it. And if you ever take them both out, there's a long one and a short one. And they're easy to confuse. The long one will go on the limb shift side. I'll take them both out to show.
Oh, you're talking about from one side to the other, they're different length.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that is good to know. Get a close up on that, Joey. So the long one obviously goes on the limb shift side where you can make the adjustments.
If you look down in there, I don't know if we can show this. You can see that it's recessed in there. That's where the long screw goes.
Good to know. So obviously, so you take these caps off and then you shoot the bow and then you make your adjustments.
I'll do the bottom too.
Oh, sorry. Look, I'm jumping the gun, guys. I'm excited. What about as far as, so one of the things that we've seen with the Mathews bows is over tightening these caps. Is that still an issue that you've run into with the Lift X?
Yeah, you can over tighten them.
Yeah.
I just do it where it's snug. I don't know the torque spec on this.
Sit and crank them down.
Yeah, just do it where it feels tight. Because if you over tighten it, you're gonna put too much pressure on these and nothing's gonna spin freely.
Yeah, we noticed some bearing issues that way. Yeah. Good thing is these all got a little bit of like Loctite. I don't even know if it's Loctite. But the screws, you don't have to worry about them backing out. We haven't seen that issue yet.
Just gotta remember to put them back.
The big thing, don't lose them.
Nope, from there, have you shoot it.
So,
see what the tear is. And it'll be a 5/32 Allen to adjust left or right after that.
Let's take a look and see what I can do with this bad boy. How far do you typically stand from the paper tuner?
I do about 20 feet.
20 feet?
For my own stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a ongoing discussion that I see within the comments about how far we should stand.
Yeah. Because you could do 6 feet and get a different tear than you can get back here.
So you start further back?
Yeah, just get it out of the way.
Yeah, there you go. All right, let's see. Looky there. So we've got a hard
Left tear.
knock left
Tail
tear. So what would be the starting point for you with that? Let's assume my grip and everything's good.
Assuming that, when I have people do it, I'll have them shoot twice to make sure they're getting the same tear.
So I'll shoot it again.
Yeah.
We'll
That way,
confirm it.
Because if you get a right tear, then
We know
you're the issue, and I can't tune that out.
I'm the problem. So that's one of the things we were talking about is how much grip impacts the flight of the arrow and the tune of the bow. So again, draw it back. Get anchored.
Same tear.
Same tear.
That's where I usually start to make sure the person can replicate that they're doing the same thing over and over again. So from there, Mathews has made it pretty straightforward. There's a little indicator here showing left and right on what direction to turn it. And then if you can see on this little window here, there's laser engraved grooves. And it'll show you where this limb, position of this limb is. So we got a left tear, I'm gonna push the cam to the left. So I'm just gonna turn it to the left. Should be counterclockwise. Unfortunately, I'm not very scientific about this. They don't have to be perfect, but I try to get them as even as possible.
So what you do to the top, you do to the bottom?
Yeah, and we might overshoot it. That'll show us we can correct the right tear. This opens it up to pretty much an infinity amount of adjustment. The top hats are nice. They're a little more macro though. You could really fine tune everything, but this lets you go beyond that.
Yeah, it's neat because you can really just those incremental adjustments to correct any of the issues that you're having within it.
And I can't remember the thousandths for each top hat set, but you could pretty much get everything out without having to touch the rest. But this just opens the door for so much more.
So we've still got about, what, a half inch, about right at an inch?
I think so. Yeah.
Did you do one full revolution?
There's like a half on each one.
Oh, half. So you start small and then slowly walk it in.
That's a good sign I chose to go the right way. I'll do a full one.
And with these tears, what we look at is you always chase the tear, right? So if it's a knock left or tail left, you're going to move that cam to the left to counter that. All right, let's see where we're at now. So I can keep from shooting in the same hole.
Pretty close.
Well, that's pretty close right there.
Went a little too far.
So as you can see just how easy the system really is, especially if it doesn't require a press to do this. It's very, very easy. And the nice thing that Mathews did about this is there's indicators on it. You know, one, which way you need to turn. I mean, that's one of the things that was always confusing by some of the manufacturers is there wasn't a left or right. And you just kind of had to
very
assume.
intuitive.
Yeah, very simple. So clearly, we started here, we ended up here, and now we're here. We're still just a touch right. So let's correct it a little bit more, and then we'll finish this up. And that's how easy it is to use the limb shift technology to correct any of the paper tears that you're getting within the bow. Yeah, it's an awesome system. It makes, as a tech's job,
so much quicker.
So much better.
Because we were pressing this every time, moving top hats around.
Because, you have a kind of an idea with the top hats, but it's still a little bit of a guessing game. But this is that micro adjustment that's, honestly, tough to beat. All right, let's see. Shoot you the same hole?
You did.
Same hole. Let's give myself a new piece of paper.
Almost pretty much there, just elevation.
Yep, so there it is, guys. I mean, as far as left and right goes, it's about perfect. We do need to make a small adjustment in the timing to correct that little bit of, what is it, knock high?
Yeah, it's just a touch high.
Just a touch high, but that's how quick and easy it is to make the adjustments with this limb shift technology.
And even tuning at home or whatever, you always get rid of one tear first. I recommend getting rid of the horizontal tear and then adjust your vertical tear after that. So.
That's good insight from Cody here at the shop, our lead tech. So from here, what's the next step? Throw back on the caps and...
Yep, put the screws back in.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget about.
Yeah, it is. So so remember, the long screw goes in...
To the limb shift side.
To the limb shift side, like Cody said, and then the short screw goes in the opposite side. And it's important you don't over tighten these or lose them. So I'll let Cody finish that up. But that's it, guys. That is the limb shift technology from Mathews. Obviously, it's a fantastic system. If you are doing your own tuning, we encourage you, take your time with it, do your research, and make sure you start with a bow that's set up correctly, right? Everything's level. Timing is good. You're shooting the correct arrow, center shot, and everything is good. And then you can make those adjustments in the cam with the limb shift technology. What else you got, Cody? That cover it?
That's all I got. I noticed with most of the new Mathews though, when I get them in and I'm setting them up for somebody, I'll go ahead and just put the indicator right in the middle. And that's where we ended up, surprisingly. Yeah, so I'll go ahead, double check, make sure they're both there. For me, it's just a solid starting point.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So.
There you go. That's it, guys. If you're looking to tune your Mathews bow, very simple, very straightforward. If you've got questions on it, feel free to give us a call here at the shop. Shoot us a message. We'll be happy to walk you through any questions that you've got. And as always, we appreciate you guys watching. Head over to the website, extremeoutfitters.com, for all of your archery and bow hunting needs. And as always, drop some comments, give us some feedback, let us know some topics you would like covered, or if you have any tuning questions for any of the other manufacturers. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you all in the next video.